From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. No, check that. Hey, exit.
Here's Roethlisberger. Throw right side, caught by Davis. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10.
Hey, we got Mike 50, huh? Hey, watch the screen. Easy. Mike 50,
Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick 6. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
50. Switch it. Hey, Foxtrot. 52's the mic. Here we go.
Now Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
No foul. Hot, hot. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. I'm coming. I'm coming.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He finds Humphries. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Here we go, even. Even.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check 26, check.
Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but now from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Ready? White 25. 6 right there. 56. I'm on. Where we go? 56, Mike. Easy. It's our field.
On 3rd down, Winston. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
16 yards.
And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Check. Wait. Where do we go? 56. Where do we go?
It's caught, and there's the first NFL catch for Marquise Brown. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Jack 16.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Roethlisberger will throw. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. 16 yards, a 1st down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Sweetheart. 36.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Hey, Haywood. Let's go.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
50's the mic. 50's the mic. Hey, tight.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
3 down. 22, 44. Mike 52. Hey, Delta. Hey, Mike 52. Hey, we got to get the stop here, D. Mike 52. Man, that's track. Middle. That's track.
Now Roethlisberger. And this is caught by Watkins. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 24. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Safety's creeping.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Cardinals on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Here we go. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Come on.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
On now, it's Blair Walsh as he'll try the field goal here. From the right hash, this from 53. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Green, triple team. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Let's go.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. There's the stiff arm. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Go.
Watch Mike.
Yo. Yo. Hey.
Easy.
Alert 3.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
And the Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here we go.
Ready?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Stop your whining. Watch twist.
No spacing.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the yard line.
That! 180. Alert.
On 2nd down, Kamara. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Hey, alert.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. That one goes for 30 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Roethlisberger. This is caught. Watkins. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A first down there on a pickup at 25.
That's another Cardinals first down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50.
These two.
I got you.
2nd down and goal. Roethlisberger. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. From 6 yards away. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. Until that late score here in the 2nd quarter, they only had the field goal. So that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, and when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half. But when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
This will be taken very short. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
And that is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go. Tight dog. Hey, 5 on the 50. 56. 5 on the 50. 56. Flip.
The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Undercut. And even.
Again, they run with Gurley. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. To throw is Winston. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Black 5.
50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. I'm counting on
Black,
you.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Quarter. Hey, seam 6.
Watch the slap.
Hey.
Watch the slap.
Black.
Here's Roethlisberger. And Davis with it left side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. The 20, 10, and he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Ready? 230.
They'll come out in the pistol. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal.
Middle.
Mike 50, huh? Time to go night.
Black.
Roethlisberger. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Walsh adds the extra point, and it's now 17-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on, baby. Let's see.
Come on. Run that.
Hey, turn it out.
White.
53, Mike.
Let me go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
White.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. From the gun, Winston. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Winston. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Hey, stop. Flip.
You remember me? Let's go.
Jameis again. Towards the end zone for Brown. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Quadre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Black 20.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
He's checking.
Squirrel. No spacing.
Motion.
Hey, alert. Hey, Alpha.
Watch the screen.
Why they cut?
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And Davis has it over the middle. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
31.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit.
Mike 20.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Run back.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. A give to Kamara running right. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Again, it's Kamara. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs.
Here we go.
The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
I'm here all day.
One day.
Check.
On 3rd down. Boom. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, Mike.
Five.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play. 1st down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far.
Let's go.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5.
Ready?
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Here we go.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They run it again with Kamara. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Taking it in from the 20. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Mark 22, Mark 22.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. 75 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Winston. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So just a three-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Roethlisberger going with the option right side. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
44. These two. Hey, exit.
Here we go, 50, 50. Mike, 50.
Hey, watch the slant. Middle. That's me.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Ready. Blue ready.
Mike, 50.
Wait. Watch the pass. Easy.
Here's Winston. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You talk about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
At their own 47-yard line.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Cardinals, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they go down to defeat